Got a dozen eggs that went bad. They're low quality. Blend them up. Shell and everything. Low quality mean you don't have to buy expensive organic eggs. Got about a dozen and a half of serrano and jalapeno peppers that stayed on the vine too long, and some small missed onions that we didn't get during the harvest, probably 6 of them. The peppers in there. At this point, it's really starting to smell already. Got the onions in there. Two cups, starting with 1 of white vinegar. At this point, we're going to take this and pour it into the 5-gallon bucket. We'll strain this later. We're going to put a cup of cooking oil between the oil and the soap we'll add later. It becomes a surfactant, so it helps it stick to the plants. Vinegar and oil. And mustard powder. Some mouthwash. And some garlic. And it again. Pour that in the bucket. We'll add a can of beer. Get low-end beer. I didn't have any, so I don't drink beer, but people who do would not appreciate me putting this beer in here. There we got almost a half a gallon of water to rinse that out. We'll put in here. Now, all that's food products. I'm going to add 2 things that are not food products. I'm going to add some ammonia, which stinks. Now I'm going to fill it with water. Careful, don't let that spray come back and hit you in the face. I didn't want to make a bunch of suds. Those suds are from the ingredients. I don't know what made the suds. Eggs, milk, ammonia, who knows. But now I'm going to add some dish soap. You tell me right now, would you like to eat that? It's not poisonous per se. Maybe the ammonia, but of course you don't want to drink soap or ammonia. I almost forgot to add the milk. And we have a cover on it. We're going to let it sit outside in 90-degree weather 3 to 4 weeks. Let it ferment a little bit, juice up. See what happened after 10 days. Ooh, got a little fung on the top. I'm going to add some more junk to it, which is this expired bottle of crawfish crab sauce, hot sauce. We want it to be hot and nasty. Cover it back up. Time to look at the critter yikes. It's been a month. Got some mold and everything. Nothing's going to want to eat that junk. We're just going to pour it through this thing. I'm going to transfer it container by container through that screen into this bucket, trying to get most of the large particles out, because if you put them in a spray bottle, it'll clog it up. Some of you may be having deja vu right now. I'm going to transfer the contents back into here because that plastic is going to stink for a while. That was at the bottom, looks like the eggshells. And this is what's left. I'm going to empty this bucket and back into the original. Try to clean this one out as soon as possible. And the question is, what do you do with that junk? Ideally, you throw it in the lawn, front lawn, and nothing's going to eat it. That would be proof. But if something does eat it, like a fox or raccoon will eat anything, I don't want to attract them here. So I'm going to rinse it down the sink. I put about half a cup of bleach, a tablespoon of Dawn soap in that bucket with the screen. Let them soak for a little bit. I'm going to take this screen out pretty quickly and rinse it off. I don't know if it's gonna, what that metal is, if it'll rust. I don't remember if it's metal or vinyl or what have you. I have the screen hanging on the fence to dry. Just going to leave that here, let it soak for a while, and I'm going to cover this. Mention how it smells. Goes back from smelling good to, oh my gosh, that is disgusting. If you've ever been in a local cheese shop in France, you know what I'm talking about. All right then. Let's go find some gallon containers. I found an old bottle when I called it Deer Yikes. The deer won't eat the plants, at least I found. Change it to Critter Yikes because it works on some bugs in the garden. Spray it on the dirt. You have to try it if you spray it on your vegetable plants directly. And I think most animals are not going to like this. Fire breathing. I already got these 3 gallons filled halfway with water, and put the water in first, so when I'm done filling it up with this goop, I just seal them. I don't have to worry about spraying stuff out. I don't know how much it's going to take. They're not exactly a gallon, but I am going to screen it again too. I don't want to get really close to this. I don't want to spill too much. It's thin, but it's greasy feeling. The oil and the soap and other stuff. Keep an eye look at the bottom of the funnel to see how much is in there. These came from a barber salon place that had shampoo in them, so they're pretty heavy duty. Yikes. There you go. Maybe I should measure better. Alright, let's rinse that off. And just like that, we got some good rain in Texas. I'm just going to let those sit out there, rinse off. Got a little bit in the container here. Might want to wear a mask. It is very odoriferous. Depending on your nose, it may linger in there for a while in your nasal hairs, so put a mask on. It's not very diluted. Alright, I have some spoiled lettuce. That is the control. I'm going to get some, dip it in there. This is rutting season for the deer in 2024. Let's see if they're going to eat both or neither one. We've also got raccoons, opossum, armadillo, foxes, coyotes come around. We'll leave it here overnight, see what happens. The security went off last night. Looked out the window, saw a big old possum in the backyard. Checked the front yard. Yowza, look at that. 100% success rate. All of the untreated lettuce is gone. There's a couple little pieces here. And they didn't touch that. Or if they did, they went, yikes. And you can see the lettuce that I put the critter yikes on. It's not all wilted out like it was burned or anything. So, in any case, when you use it, test it on whatever plants, foliage you're putting it on first.